Welcome to our latest episode. I'm Robert Dugan from RAD Potential Advisory, and today I'm joined by our hosts, Ava and Max. Together, they'll do a deep dive into the topic of fair use of AI in the hiring process. This is an episode you won't want to miss.
Feeling like you're navigating a talent landscape that's, well, less afield and maybe more like a dense jungle.
Yeah, you're definitely not alone there.
Pinpointing the right hires fairly efficiently. Gosh, it can feel like a monumental task these days. We know you're looking to get informed, but without, drowning in information overload.
And that's precisely what we're aiming for today.
Mm-hmm.
In this deep dive, we're really focusing on a powerful technology that's making huge waves in hiring. Artificial intelligence, AI.
Exactly. And we're not just tossing around AI as a buzzword. Not at all.
No.
Our goal is to really dissect its actual impact on hiring practices. We want to uncover how it might move us towards recruitment that's not just quicker, but crucially fairer and more equitable. We've been digging into an article called Artificial Intelligence, AI isn't just a buzzword, and it raises some critical questions. Things like, who's actually accountable for fairness when AI is involved?
Right.
And the fundamental importance of something called job architecture, plus the innovative work being done by RAD Potential Advisory.
So our mission today really is to boil down the essential things you need to think about for strategically bringing AI into your hiring. How can you leverage its power for efficiency, but, and this is key, while keeping a really strong commitment to fairness and equity?
Okay, let's jump right in then. The article hits a key point immediately. Who ultimately carries the responsibility for ensuring fairness when AI is, part of the recruitment mix?
Yeah, and what's interesting here, this was highlighted in that Politico UC interview the article mentions, is that it's not just a one-sided thing.
Oh.
It's really a dual responsibility. The tech vendors, the companies actually building these AI tools, they have a crucial role. They need to build fairness right into the systems from the get-go.
Okay, so it's not just on the companies using the AI, the creators themselves have a big piece of this.
Absolutely. But then the companies using the tools also have to be discerning. They need to use them in a way that aligns with their own equality principles.
That makes sense. And the article points out that sometimes, even with good intentions, maybe both the developers and the companies can miss the mark.
Exactly. You can have oversights, or sometimes solutions are too narrowly focused and they end up creating new problems unintentionally.
So how do organizations avoid those pitfalls? What's the proactive approach?
Well, the article suggests something pretty critical. Thoughtfully embedding these AI tools within the framework of the organization's existing job architecture.
Job architecture.
Yeah, and making sure it's all supported by a really robust competency model.
Okay, job architecture. That's basically the way a company structures and organizes all its different roles and responsibilities, isn't it?
That's it, yes.
So could you elaborate a bit? Why is that so fundamental when we're talking about bringing AI into hiring?
Think of it like the structural foundation for HR functions. Everything from recruitment, onboarding, performance, right through to career development. It underpins all of that. And what's really fascinating is how AI, when you carefully weave it into this structure, can actually enhance the effectiveness of each specific role within that structure.
So it's less about AI being this standalone magic bullet.
Right.
And more about it becoming an integral part of the existing HR machinery, making it stronger.
Precisely. The article really emphasizes that AI should act as a powerful supportive ally, streamlining things, improving overall operations.
How does it do that, practically speaking?
Well, it explains how some advanced AI solutions can analyze a huge range of candidate data, not just resumes and skills, but maybe personality assessments, interview responses, and match that data more effectively against the defined roles within that job architecture.
That sounds like it could be incredibly valuable, going beyond just the surface level stuff on a CV.
Definitely.
The article uses this great analogy, describing it as equipping HR with a kind of high-powered microscope to uncover hidden potential.
That's a perfect way to put it.
Yeah.
And it leads us naturally to the next vital piece, competency models.
Right, competency models.
These are basically detailed blueprints. They spell out the essential skills, the knowledge, the behaviors needed for someone to be successful in any given role.
Okay, so you have the job architecture, the structure, and then the competency models detailing what success looks like in those roles. How does AI connect those two? The article mentioned SenseLove.
Yeah, so what's significant here is how linking AI tools, and SenseLove is an example they gave, directly to these clearly defined competencies can really amplify how you identify those critical skills.
Amplify how?
Well, it's not just about spotting keywords anymore. It's about the AI understanding the depth and the relevance of those skills in relation to what the job actually demands.
I see. So it's pushing hiring away from being more subjective, maybe based on gut feelings sometimes,
Yeah.
and towards something much more objective and driven by actual data. The article talks about this shift, moving from potentially biased HR chats to a framework grounded in solid data science.
That's a really key insight. And the ultimate goal here, as the article points out, isn't just filling jobs faster.
Yeah.
It's about strengthening the whole organizational ecosystem. It leads to better employee engagement, improved retention, which is huge, and ultimately a real boost in productivity and overall organizational success.
Now, the article also shines a light on the work of RAD Potential Advisory. It sounds like they're very focused on making sure AI in recruitment is used fairly and ethically.
Yeah, what seems noteworthy about RAD Potential strategy is their emphasis on collaboration. They're actively partnering with both AI, tech providers, and other talent technology companies to develop what they call an integrated approach, one that really puts fairness and ethical considerations right at the center of how AI is applied.
And it's not just about grabbing the newest, shiniest AI, is it? The article mentioned they also use well-established psychometric assessment tools.
Right. That's a really critical distinction. For anyone less familiar, psychometrics are basically standardized ways to measure things like abilities, personality traits, things relevant to how someone might perform in a job.
So they're blending the new AI capabilities with these proven, reliable assessment methods.
Exactly. And crucially, these tools, both old and new, are grounded in those job competencies we talked about.
Connecting back again.
Yes. Ensuring candidates are evaluated based on the specific demands of the role, not on factors that aren't actually relevant to performance.
So it's all about bringing a higher degree of objectivity into the whole hiring process. The article even aims to transform talent acquisition into a, quote, bastion of competency-based hiring decisions. That's quite a statement.
It is. And tools like structured interviews or scoring models from psychometric tests, they play a vital part. They provide a consistent, dependable framework for evaluating everyone, always anchored back to those essential job competencies.
The article gave a specific example, too, RAD's partnership with a company called SMG. It highlighted their, 45 years of experience, especially in sales hiring.
Yeah, and millions of assessments they've done that have been correlated with actual on-the-job performance.
Yeah.
That's a massive amount of data to back things up.
Wow, yeah. That sounds like a very solid foundation.
It really is. And it just underscores the point that the goal isn't, throwing out effective traditional methods and replacing them wholesale with AI.
It's about synergy.
Exactly. Creating a powerful synergy, enhancing the process by intelligently integrating these cutting-edge AI technologies with tools that have a long, proven track record. It ensures the evaluations are both robust and reliable.
That makes perfect sense. It's like getting the best of both worlds, the analytical power and speed of AI, combined with the validity and reliability of established assessments.
Precisely.
Okay, then the article touches on the importance of balanced assessment. What does that mean in this context?
Balanced scoring in this AI-enhanced recruitment world is essentially about ensuring fairness and consistency in how every single candidate gets evaluated.
How do you ensure that with AI?
It involves carefully tuning or calibrating the AI systems, making sure they apply the exact same criteria, the same weighting, uniformly to every applicant, no exceptions.
Okay, and why is that so critical?
Well, it's crucial for maintaining the integrity of the whole recruitment process, and ultimately it leads to higher quality hires and, importantly, more equitable hiring outcomes. Fewer biases creeping in.
And it sounds like RAD Potential Advisory doesn't just provide the tech, but they also help organizations achieve this balance through consulting.
Yes, their expertise seems key in helping companies align the AI implementation with their specific job structures and those all-important skill models or competency models.
Got it.
So the article concludes, really, that this thoughtful, integrated approach transforms AI. It stops being just another tool, another piece of tech, and becomes a powerful agent. Something that can genuinely boost efficiency, impartiality, fairness, and make more accurate predictions about how well someone will actually perform in the job.
So for you listening in right now, it's really worth considering how these kinds of AI-driven practices could potentially fit into your own organization. It's clearly not about just, jumping on the AI bandwagon blindly.
Not at all.
It's about strategically thinking through how it can align with and actually strengthen your unique job frameworks and the specific competencies that are critical for your team's success.
Absolutely. It's about that thoughtful implementation, tailored specifically to your own organizational context. You can't just copy-paste.
Couldn't agree more. And on that note, here's maybe a final thought for you to chew on. As AI continues its really rapid evolution, I mean, it changes so fast.
It really does.
How will our very understanding of what fairness means in hiring need to adapt right alongside it? And maybe more importantly, what proactive steps can you take, starting now, to make sure your organization stays at the forefront of ethical and effective talent acquisition?